What's up, y'all? There are so many ifs, buts, and maybes when it comes to marriage. And one of the biggest ones is a prenuptial agreement. Who signs one? Why should they sign one? I mean, after all, we've seen Amber and Anthony go through their marriage. And could we say the prenuptial agreement is important?
I just don't understand how this man just lies all the time. I feel like I'm married to a complete stranger. He has assets that I don't know about.
Assets she doesn't know about at all. So let me ask y'all, should he have signed one? You know what I mean? Or is it that, like, if you don't sign the prenuptial agreement, if you're asking me for a prenup, it means you don't love me. Is that what it is? Let me know what y'all think, ladies. I'm gonna ask y'all that, and I'm gonna start by leading the question. If a man makes, I don't know, at least $80,000, and I'll tell you why I choose the 80,000. If a man makes at least $80,000 and asks you to sign a prenup, would you sign it?
Felt when you got caught?
I mean, I felt horrible.
Yeah.
I that you said up there answer that question.
You ain't sign no prenup?
What?
Say, God, dog, that thing that good. It got you forgetting what you should have been. You don't know what a prenup is no more?
I know what a prenup is.
I'm saying everybody sign no prenup.
No.
She never signed a prenup. He never gave her a prenup at all. And this is supposed to be based on our story. It's supposed to be a man with a lot of money. But what if the man only has 80 grand? What if the man only makes 80 grand per year? And you love him and you want to marry him. He wants to marry you. He's giving you the ring. He's ready to get married. And he says, hey, sign a prenup. Would you sign the prenup?
Mr. Dolly. Now, come on now.
Now, come on. Come on is absolutely correct. Our long form content we're getting in today is based on the Dave Ramsey show. And so, why I ask you about $80,000? Because the man makes 80 grand and he's asking for a prenup. What would you do?
Now, you don't lost your whole brand new.
We've been dating my boyfriend for about a year now, and we're starting to talk about marriage. He's Australian, and basically we were talking about finances, and he would want to keep them like completely separate.
All right, so let's stop right there. So the man is saying he wants to keep the finances separate. In other words, whatever it is you make, that's what you make. Whatever I make, that's what I make. All right, so he wants to keep the finances as separate as possible. Hey, that's what the guy is asking for. Where are you on this, ladies? Exactly. Are you okay with keeping the finances separate, or you feel like you should be able to dip into his sugar pot? Because one thing I know as a man is that a woman always has her money. She always has a little get vexed money that she'll use from time to time, a little money that comes from out of the bosom. Don't worry, we know the tricks.
He earns like a little over double what I earn. He just bought his first house as well. And it concerns me. He also mentioned maybe wanting me to sign a prenup. And I just feel not secure maybe marrying and having kids with somebody who feels, finances should be 100% separate. So,
all right, so she's upset because this man is saying, hey, I make $80,000, but it doesn't matter. I want you to sign a prenuptial agreement with me. I want you to sign a prenup. I want to have kids nonetheless. It doesn't matter. I just want to keep our finances separate, and so that our lives can be separate from that. My question is, what's wrong with a prenup? It sounds like there are issues with a prenup, and I want to know what's wrong with it. But we're going to keep working into it. It feels like prenup has always been one of those things. It's like prenup reminds me of when you ask a woman for a DNA test. Every time you ask a woman for a DNA test, she gives you the whole, she almost says she gives you the finger. Because she's like, how can you not trust me? How can you not trust that I will, bear your child? And what are you saying about me? But the truth is, more times than not, guys get babies that are not theirs. I mean, that's why the Mari Show was created. And the truth is, more times than not, guys get left with nothing. So is this guy right for asking for a prenup?
we were talking about it last night actually, and he was saying, well, I don't believe that it would be our money, if we were married. What I earn is like my money.
So it would be his house, his money, and you just get the privilege of living there at a discounted rate. Is that what this future looks like?
Basically, I don't think he sees it that way, but
you guys are about.
So hold on. So in other words, they're just saying, hey, she's just living there. So it's his house at this point in time, right? He has a house. He bought a house. He's making 80 grand. He makes double of what she makes because they're going to get into it and you're going to see the reactions. But he makes, double times whatever it is that she makes. He wants a prenuptial agreement. What is wrong with that?
To share a bed, you're going to have kids and share genetics that are running around in front of you. Like you're sharing every other part of your life.
And yet you have to Venmo him for Outback Steakhouse?
It's a business relationship, not a romantic, you know what I mean? Not a partnership.
And
Do you see what's going on here? So they start to shame the man. First thing we start to do is to shame the man. Not acting as if we don't know that men tend to lose a lot in divorces. It's one of the normal things. I gave you as one of those B's. I told you it's one of those B's. Brides are one of those B's. And I'm not saying you don't have meaningful relationships that last. But I'm just giving you and showing you exactly how quickly everybody begins to take a dump on the man for wanting a prenup. You know what I mean? A woman could want a prenup too. So what? She wants a prenup. So what?
it causes financial infidelity down the line because you have no say or transparency into what he's doing with money.
Mm-hmm.
He could have a spending addiction that you're totally unaware of because you don't see the account. You don't have access to the account.
Is he?
But then if you keep the money separate, then he's really only spending his money. So even that point doesn't make sense, because if you're trying to say then, hey, he have a spending addiction and he's gonna spend and get us in debt, not quite. Because if you're keeping everything separate in that prenuptial agreement, then why not just put that in there? That each person's debt is theirs. Why not put that in there then?
Bringing in a lot of money. Does he have like millions of dollars in an account that he's bringing in?
No, he's making about 85. And he works.
Okay, all right. Hold on. Can we hold on?
I thought this guy was like a multimillionaire.
I know.
Shelby, I thought he was making like I thought he was a surgeon. I thought he was making $500,000 to $600,000, and you're like, I'm making $150,000.
Yeah.
I don't know. He's making
know,
$85,000.
So look how much the lady's starting to shame him for making $85,000, and because he's making $85,000, that simply means that, hey, he should know better. In other words, let's go, because we're gonna hear the broke talk of how broke he is, and the mere fact that oh, look at this broke guy trying to get a prenuptial agreement, forgetting that sometimes he may be on the come up. He may be making 85 grand now, and he may be actually getting a contract that he had been working on, I don't know, 2 or 3 years ago. What if that was the case?
I'm sorry. Get off your high horse.
Yep.
I can't. Oh, I can't. Well, I'm like, I'm sorry. Your little ego is so inflated at 85. Like 85 is great. Listen, it's
like,
great.
Hey, babe, let me handle it. I'm the breadwinner here.
And look at the guy up top just simping, because he's simping away at this point in time. I mean, of all things, he should know where it stands when it comes to this whole idea. I mean, they don't have, civil court for nothing. They don't have family court for nothing. Come on, we just saw exactly, a lot of cases that I've been going through. We've seen the Diddy case, we've seen the Shannon Sharp case. Come on, guys, I can keep going. Like, they're making it seem as if something is wrong with this guy defending himself.
I know.
You know what? What
You're
happens
not
if
even making six figures, dude? Like,
what happens if you make more than him? Then do you get control of the board?
Well, that's been a lot of my issue, because I've told him, if this is how we entered a marriage, at some point, because of some other circumstances, I could see maybe in the future I may earn more. His job is very physical. If he loses it, that's it's going to be an issue. And if I do earn more later on and you have an issue, I'm going to feel like, well, I hope you figure it out, because that's how you treated me. And that's not the mindset.
I hear what she's saying with the whole idea of the mindset and figuring it out and all of that. But the deal is this. If he's making a prenup, then the prenup is the prenup. I mean, why worry about it? If the guy says he wants a prenuptial agreement, why worry about it at all?
I'm wanting
Right.
to go
Yeah.
through.
Either
And you're
way, the
already
relationship
going
is
into-
ruined.
And you're already going into scorekeeping. Like even that scenario.
Yeah.
And you're not even.
So in other words, they're shaming the guy. What this showed me is where we are when we talk about certain things that people try to do to defend themselves. And you know why this topic is integral? Because, ladies, I want y'all to switch it around. This could be you. Let me give you scenarios. Let's say the guy's making 85 grand. You don't know if he had a family house somewhere in Australia, right? Or a lot of wealth that his family may be leaving to him for him to get. You don't know that. You don't know if this guy's family maybe have put him in a business, but he's just making $85,000. You don't know if he won a lottery and he's sitting on a lottery ticket, but he hasn't cashed that ticket yet. You don't know exactly if he had some investment in some bank. Remember, no, he's just making $85,000. You don't know what he has, why he's asking for that. What's wrong with him asking to protect himself? This is so crazy because the truth is, you know what? If a woman came to me and she said, O'Neill, I want a prenuptial agreement, I would have no problem at all. I feel like if you think you need a prenuptial agreement to cover whatever finances you have, then be at it. I think that's fine to me. Cover whatever it is that you want to cover. We can go in whichever ways. I think we could talk about that whichever way we want to talk about that. But for the hosts here, and this is supposed to be Dave Ramsey's show that's supposed to teach about, financial literacy, and that should be a part of financial literacy. Protecting your asset is one of the things of financial literacy. Why would you not protect your asset? You're telling me that you wouldn't try to sign a prenuptial agreement? You wouldn't try to do that at all? Let's bring it up. Ladies, you make $80,000. And I make, I don't know, you make two times, a little bit over two times. So I make $30,000. What's wrong with you signing a prenuptial agreement? It's tough that a man can think this way. But when it comes to women and simps, of course, it's the worst thing in the absolute world. Let me know what y'all think. Your guy makes 80 grand and he wants a prenuptial agreement. Would you sign it? Give me your take on that. Would you be throwing a fit just like this on here? Let me know what y'all think. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Talk to y'all soon.